Hello cozy friends and welcome to this cozy journaling video. I wanted today's vlog to be a relaxing video to watch as I add several new entries to my journal, but also to talk about journaling itself, about why it is so helpful for me to stay in a healthy, positive mindset. I started journaling about a year ago. I got inspired by all those gorgeous spreads people were showing off on their Instagram and Pinterest accounts and even on YouTube. First of all, it simply spoke to me creatively as it looked like a fun hobby for stress relief, and I simply find it calming to work with my hands every now and then. I love working on my laptop, I love the digital age, but having a non-digital hobby is great in order to just get away from all that online hustle and bustle for a bit. Anyway, as I said, I started journaling last year for the creative aspect first, but I soon realized that I had quite some things to say, thoughts I wanted to write down, because I feel that writing things down somehow gives them more meaning, more weight. Which is why I quickly decided my number one rule for my journal: I only write about positive things. This is because I've always had a habit, ever since I was a child, to focus more on the negatives rather than the positives. They always say that you tend to only remember the positives about certain times in your life, that you tend to repress the negative moments, yet for me it is the opposite. For some reason I tend to forget the happy things that might have happened, and then my mind only clings to the darker stuff. But I don't actually want to be that kind of person. So, by keeping my journal happy and bright, I get to remember the beautiful things whenever I flip through it. I guess you could say that for me, my journal is like a personal time machine of happiness. It's why I also like to add positive affirmations and motivational quotes that mean something to me. This could even be quotes from my favorite video games. I especially love the quote "Embrace your dreams," which is from the Final Fantasy VII series, as it always reminds me to cherish my dreams, to nourish them, and to never lose sight of them, even when the going gets tough sometimes. By writing down positive things, I also mean valuable lessons I learn. For example, the lesson I learned in May is that I am an overachiever. I put too much pressure on myself by telling myself that I'm not working hard enough, and that if I don't keep moving forward at breakneck speed, that I will fail, which is not true. I already am working hard enough, and if you're listening to this and recognize yourself in my words, you most probably work hard enough too. And so I started telling myself a different story. That I deserve to be a little kinder to myself, deserve more coziness, that I simply deserve to enjoy life. Thanks to this realization, I slowed down my pace at the end of May, which has turned June into a lovely month, a time where I actually felt I could breathe. I've regained so much more energy and inspiration because of taking it easier, which has actually resulted in me being far more productive, the one thing I tried so desperately to be during the previous couple of months. And by writing this down in my journal, I realized an important lesson, that you should just go with the flow. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. The more pressure you put on yourself, the less you're likely to achieve. Take it easy, give yourself those moments or even days of laziness you find yourself longing for, and you'll be able to get far more things done, because that way you're physically as well as mentally well rested, which in turn makes you far more productive. Also, it helps me having way more fun with the projects I'm working on, because this way I actually allow myself to enjoy the work. And now that I've written this all down in my journal, I feel that I'm less likely to forget this lesson. It's often that you get these eye-opening moments that help you better your life, but I feel that as long as you don't really internalize them, such as by writing them down, they're less likely to stick. I often find myself falling back into old unhealthy patterns if I don't. So for me, journaling is probably one of the healthiest hobbies and habits I've developed during the last year, and I want to do it much more often as well. To write down those lessons, to stay aware of my patterns, to become a better person who is kinder to herself as well as to others. Because it's easier to give others the love they deserve if you're able to give yourself that love too. So thank you as always for being here, cozy friends, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and maybe it's even been helpful. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, as I'd love to know whether you journal as well, or perhaps you have other hobbies or habits that are helpful to you. As I said, feel free to share them here so that we can all help each other out. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of this video. And as always, I hope to see you again. Stay cozy.